Hi and welcome to this video log with me, Wayne, from swimmingcyclingrunning.com. Well, we're out in my gym and I think over the next few weeks we're going to get to know this space pretty well. And that's because what I'm going to try and do is keep you swimming fit, running fit and cycling fit whilst the coronavirus has got hold of us and we may even be entering a period of lockdown. While the coronavirus epidemic or pandemic is on and we're virtually shut down, there's going to be no events, there's going to be nothing for you to actually aim at. So it's a great opportunity for you to go right back to basics and in swimming, cycling and running, try and improve your form. So the first thing we're going to do is go through swimming and how you can actually improve your form swimming out of the pool whilst the coronavirus is on. Now it's important to keep swimming fit for a couple of reasons. Firstly, the small muscles that you use for swimming atrophy really quickly. I don't know if you've ever been out the pool for a couple of weeks. When you come back in the pool, you really feel like you're incredibly unfit. So if you're going to go 4, 5, 6 weeks without swimming, that feeling is just going to increase dramatically. Secondly, as triathletes, we tend to concentrate on our lower body. A lot of things we do is in terms of cycling and running, and that's all lower body stuff. But we really do want to make sure that our upper body remains fit and healthy, and that our core also is working as well. And that's what you can do in this time that perhaps you're not so concentrated on when you can get out all the time running and cycling. So the swim section of our coronavirus specials is going to be split into 2 sections. This first one is going to be about keeping your form, improving your form whilst you're actually out of the water. The second one is going to be about additional exercises you can do that's going to help your upper body maintain its strength and its fitness whilst you're going through this out of pool phase. In fact, if you practice these particular drills out of the pool, you'll be practicing the catch and the pull through in a very correct way, which means when you get back in the pool, if you practice them enough, your muscle memory actually might be changed and you might be making a better catch than you did before the coronavirus shutdown struck. So there's a good one, isn't it? The prospect of actually becoming a better swimmer by not being in the pool than you were beforehand. And to do that, you're going to need some tools. The tools needn't be expensive, but there are some that you need. And I bet you every single person, every single one of you who's a triathlete has at least got one of these. Now the first and easiest thing to use are Terra Bands. Terra Bands either come as bands, which Shelley has been using, my wife, to in her recovery from hip surgery. They go in colours, yellow being the lightest, then red, then green. Then you come up through black and grey, and these become really tough. They've got really a lot of resistance. Now some of you may recognise this. This is a TRX exercising system, and there's a huge number of exercises on the internet that you can do with this to keep yourself fit, and an excellent number of real good core body works you can do. And you can see it's a very sturdy exercise machine. You can put your feet in here on the ground and actually do other exercises by that. If you haven't got a hook you can put it up to in the ceiling, it comes with this. Now this goes to the other side of a door, and when it pulls tight so that you can actually exercise even if you don't have something you can hook it up to. A tremendous system that's fairly cheap. Now this system cost us about £26. I suppose in dollars that's about $32. Now $32 for a system like this where there's huge amounts of exercises that can keep you fit, I think is well worth it. However, we are triathletes and we all have these inner tubes. Inner tubes for road bikes and inner tube for mountain bikes, and even I've got inner tubes for a fat bike, which is a huge inner tube. And this is effectively a resistance band that you've already got in your house that you can use for absolutely nothing. Now, because we have 2 of them, effectively here we have 2 resistances. That's quite tough and that's quite easy. So we have 2 resistance levels immediately just with 2 inner tubes, and you can do all the exercises that I'm now going to show you with these inner tubes instead of Terra Bands. Now thankfully developing a really good catch just using a Terra Band is quite easy, because if you remember, when your hand comes forward in swimming you develop a catch there. Now, if I now put my arm through a Terra Band, I'm in that catch position. And notice I actually have my forearm holding the Terra Band. So I have a high elbow, my shoulder is forward, and I'm in a perfect catch position. All I need to do is draw back, and I'm using all the muscles I need to use once I'm in a good catch and actually driving back, simulating swimming. The more I do this, the more my muscles are actually going to remember what it's like being in that good catch position and driving back off of it. So this is a phenomenally good exercise in dry land on both arms to actually simulate a good catch and just to get my muscle memory into those muscles necessary to drive back off a good catch without dropping that elbow. Because if I drop that elbow, as you see, I lose the band. Taking this just one step further, I'm going to put my open hand through the Terra Band. Now again, notice I've got that high elbow, my shoulders forward, and now I can drive all the way back, right underneath my body, accelerating through the stroke to actually simulate a complete stroke in swimming. Now it's quite hard with a green Terra Band, so you're actually doing a lot of swim work with just a few backward pulls on this Terra Band. And notice my elbow never drops because my muscle memory is such that it knows not to drop. Now you can even do this on your back. I've just looped green Terra Band through a hook, and I'm going to be on my back actually doing a butterfly action that replicates swimming precisely and will be really good to keep you swimming fit whilst you're off swimming. So with this, it's really important that you keep a high elbow. Notice my elbow's high on both hands. My hands are flat, so if I slipped, the band would come off. And now I'm just going to pull the band down to my waist. You can use whichever resistance you want, and as you get fitter and fitter, you can use higher and higher resistance. But this is effectively a butterfly action in exactly a two-armed effective front crawl that is going to keep you very swimming fit if you do it consistently whilst you're out of the pool. Now with coronavirus going on, we're obviously spending much more time at home. It's been quite evident over the past weekend that a lot of people are treating it like a holiday. Well, this is liable to go on for months. You can't keep on treating it like a holiday. And if you are a sportsman at all and interested in keeping fit, then I implore you, please don't turn to sugar and carbohydrates at a time when you're doing actual less exercise. It'll be very negative in your overall development as an athlete if you actually put on a huge amount of weight that after coronavirus is finished, you then have to take off. Okay, so that's the first of this series of getting back to basics with swimming, cycling and running during this coronavirus period. But please self-isolate. Please don't mix in big groups. It's not for you that we're worried. You're fit and healthy and strong. It's for the people who aren't so fit and healthy and strong. And when you're in an open space, you don't know who might be there, or who might be there who might then be in contact with someone who's vulnerable. Please think of others at this time, but ultimately keep well, and I'll see you soon.